Good evening, friends. Hope you had a great day. Hope you are ready to just, hang out and play Monster Train. We finished the crowns, as we noted the other day. My volume is too high for some reason. And so we're just doing random for now, because it's a fun thing to do and a good way to hang out. Alright, I do like Pyre of Dominion, but I don't always want to see it. We have Lion's Mane, who is not the worst user of Dominion. She's not... Oh my god, I have hiccups. She's not the worst user... Or, she doesn't rely on her starter card all that much. For a moment I thought that we were Fel because we were banished, but nope, that doesn't make sense. Fel would have been a lot more impacted by that. Still would have been okay, but not ideal. Gooey Flask is good. Windblade is fine. Battle Dancer is fine. More Awoken Pyreborn. Yeah, I mean, Awoken Pyreborn feels a lot better after the patch. I'm going to tell you right now, we almost certainly want Pandemic here. What's how you doing, Fury? Inhale is okay, and is especially good early game. Grow Room is whatever. It's fairly underwhelming. Especially in this clan combo. Well, this clan combo you can sort of propagate damage shields, at least on your backliners, which is fine. But it's not that impressive. Nonetheless, pretty confident that we just want double Pandemic. Like, that's real good. If this were Heroic Dive instead of Deadly Plunge, I would be more inclined to take that. I think we're just taking Liquid Courage. Well, I don't really care about Squad Leader, although having multiple cluster kernels is a bit of a pain. Hello, June August. How you doing, friend? I think we're taking Cluster Kernel here. It's just that they're pretty expensive. I definitely want the Firebrand, though again, I have so many expensive banner units, and the Cluster Kernels don't work very well with the Firebrand. Nonetheless, I think that's what we're taking. Not taking that. I will take Ancient Roots. Okay. And the Etch is on Everbloom. Pretty sure we're just going Spore Singer here. We are up against Savagery, which is probably fine. Anyways, we'll go Spore Singer. It's good for us. Like, Maneater's fine. I do think it gets overvalued a fair bit. The question is just, do I want Lion's Mane here or here? Yeah, with my deck, there's not really a way that I'm going to kill all of the enemies if I don't do it like this. Because I have no backline clear, essentially. So, here we are. And like, I could do the Cluster Kernel, but then you start spawning in front of the Firebrand, which is not, like, ideal. I think what we do is we just give you some garbage, and then Windblade to start building up some extra Valor. Yeah, fuck you. This is the turn where I really wanted... This is when I really wanted the Pandemic. Oh well, fine. If only Lion's Mane were down here, but I didn't want to let all the enemies leak. Like, it wouldn't have been that big a deal, but... It is what it is. And we didn't know. There was no way to tell. Yeah, the gooey flash doesn't really help me. What I really want right now is like Moral Mistress. Whatever, that's fine. Mist Collector, run over. It does feel like that. Okay, well that's an interesting little buddy. Alright, well, he's got 12 sap on him. Now he has more sap on him. And we just kind of chill out and watch him die. He's already not that tough of a boss, but even more so here. I think we probably just want the Proliferate. The Rod is sort of okay, and certainly a lot better in a world with Ancient Roots, where it isn't always going to cost us 3 Ember to play. But Proliferate's pretty decent. I'll take that. Okay. So Cleave is good for now, but I think it's going to become a lot worse for us in the future. So I don't think I'm going to bother with it. I don't give a shit about Penitence Bloodsuit. Don't want Challenge. Like, Challenge not bad. Cleave is very good. They're just not what I care about at the moment. We are definitely going here, even though I don't have a lot of cash. Spell Chain is sort of okay. Enchantrel. Okay. I do very much like the sap. And the problem is, I don't actually rally, basically. There is a world in which I can maybe start rallying. Technically, I can, use the Cluster Kernel, but the problem with that is you don't rally until after combat, and that's not great for a lot of reasons. But there is the possibility that on our next upgrade for Lion's Mane, we might be offered Everbloom and get the Incant Spawn, which is not bad. I'm going to take it even though it's basically just going to be useless in my deck for a while. Yeah, I don't fully know why I re-rolled, given that what I really wanted was remove Consume or double stack, and I can't afford that after doing all this. So that was a mistake, but not a huge deal. Nonetheless, should have done that differently. Like, the -1 is still not bad. It's just, what was the point? Okay, I am going to just put you up there to start building up fungi, since I think that is vaguely helpful for me. Okay, I'm going to do this just so that you get damage shields for the future. I'm okay with the Firebrand taking some hits. And then you have a little bit of decay on you. Unfortunately, I have... Oh, no, I can Pandemic you. It feels like a big fucking waste, but I will do it. I'm also going to do this since now you are in front of the fungi, which makes that situation a lot better for us. Okay. So you're dead, you're fine. I could do that. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to do that, but that's okay. Because now the dude isn't actually getting hit, which is whatever. Oh look, we have a victory. Okay. Well, there are a lot of things I would gladly swap out my stuff for. Spawning pods is not terrible for us, kind of. I think we just want the glow up, though. Rising Rage is in general good, but not what we're going to take. The healing is fine, I don't really care. What I want is more Under Legion banners. I want Moral Mistress, or I want Puffball. By far, preferably Moral Mistress. Spore Launcher could also be okay, but... do I actually care about that? Is there any reason I'd prefer to go to the Merchant of Arms? Not really. I mean, I could get, like, Zone of Silence, which is fine. I could get... whatever I'm thinking of. I mean, I could get Steward's Quarters, which would also be good. Echo Vault also would be solid. Spell Sanctum would be good. The problem is just that they cost a lot, and I also might be using an Enchantrel. I guess I'm going to go here and take the greedy play. Nope. Okay, so do I want to do this? And I guess the answer is yes. I mean, this is really not what I want to do, but it does a lot of work for me currently. Fine. I'll do it for now. I don't love it totally, but that's okay. Siren Song is not bad for us. I don't know how necessary it's actually going to be, though. Deep Offering is sort of good. Awoken Respite for the Infinite. Oh, wait. Yeah. How you doing, Tom? I do like Deep Offering. Even with its cost increase. I'm not sure how well I'd be able to utilize it, though. I think I'd still like that. Siren Song is interesting, but we're just gonna take Deep Offering. I was hoping for Dualism, by the way. Did not get it. Oh well, that's fine. So be it. Here we are. So, I have you. I have so many units, and I just don't care about most of them. I'm tired, but doing okay. Sounds like the Tom that I know and cherish. How go things in the Salverse? They go okay. They're alright. Alright, a little bit of sap, a little bit of decay on our best bud over there. Alright, we'll do that just so we take less pyre damage. Not, like, terribly concerned about it, but, like, I don't really need to do anything on bottom floor. He's tanking all the meaningful hits, and we're just building up, as one does. Like, I could give you damage shields, but I also don't really care, I guess. I don't know, maybe I should still have done it. Anyways, Archeon has a fair bit of sap. I guess I could have glow up to you to give you more sap and decay. That would have been the better play. Barely matters. Again, we've won this fight already. Even if I have a massive clusterfuck of units I don't care about in the slightest. Pandemic's so ridiculous, hope they never nerf it. It's a good card. I don't think it's really deserving of a nerf. It often is just a good card, but not like an insane card. And a lot of its strength does come with just like clan synergies. But yeah, it's a good card. I like it quite a bit. Well, I guess we'll take Sanctuary. I'm gonna take a Moral Mistress, I think. Yeah. Really would have appreciated her showing up earlier, though. I am gonna take Ember, though I also really want Capacity. Or Smidgestone. Okay, well, we're going here. The problem is I really want the -2 after getting Remove Consume. And we did get Everbloom. Okay. Alright. We'll do that then. And then there's another Enchantrel. We don't really want the Puffball now. I don't want 2 vanilla Enchantrels. Still not what I wanted. I am decently happy to do this, though. I think this is pretty good as defense versus savagery. I think that's good enough. It'd either be that or the Sanctuary, but this I think is good enough. Okay, well, I have a lot of good tools. I still really need to, like, cohesively tie it together, but we've got a lot of what we need already. And I think we want this more than we want the Enchantrel. Okay. Alright. Again, the Enchantrel is worthless for me until I can get her on the same floor. But whatever, we're sort of working on that. I mean, technically, I can spawn by propagating the troops now. Anyways, it's whatever. Problem is, I don't really want the Cluster Kernel on the same floor as you. I really want to get rid of cards from my deck, but that's expensive for me to do, which is unfortunate. Oh. Here we are. And we're doing okay damage. I kind of want to get rid of the Calcified Ember. I think we're better served. You know what? Let's... do this. We're also doing a bit more damage to this guy this way, which I think puts them in range so they die on top floor, no problem. I haven't done a very good job of bulking up my dudes. Not particularly helpful to draw like that, but okay. Also, you did survive to hit my pyre. My bad, whatever, that's fine. Fuck you, Kel. Truly the worst creature of all time. I mean, we're gonna kill him. That's not really in question here. Because he takes a lot of damage here. We kill his backliners. We just get a somewhat slowly increasing amount of decay on him. And then he's real fucked here, and we didn't even need to play that, but we did anyways. Okay, now, if I could hit the right magic upgrades, that would be real nice. Another pandemic is a maybe. Grow room is sort of okay for us. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure I actually really want to spend the Ember to play it most of the time. I guess we'll still take it. I don't know. Do not care about those. So we're definitely hoping to hit a variety of different things here. First off, we want Smidge Stone. Great. We also want this to be World-Ending Strain. Take Golden Idol. I will take a Steward's Quarters. Although I should have checked to see where Merchant of Arms is. I think we're doing that on you. It's on one of you two, but I'm pretty sure it's you. Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. Yeah, didn't get what I wanted, but that's fine. I could take the Large Stone. Pretty confident I don't give a shit about the Large Stone. What we wanted was dualism. Oh well, that's fine. We're in largely pretty decent shape. Although I still have like 1,000 units that I don't care about, and yada 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 yada. Here we are. But for all the things that do matter, we're pretty solved. Then you can go there, I guess. I probably should have done the Cluster Kernel, because they at least, like, actually build up power over time. Yeah, there's no upside to doing this. I'm not going to have any one capacity units to play there. Well, not incredibly powerful, but hey. Well, now with every spell we cast, we sap them, and everything we consume, we give them decay and do a lot of work. Okay. So the reanimated guys die naturally thanks to Lion's Mane's decay. Thank you for cooperating, my friend. Yeah, and then we're just gonna kind of murder everything as one does. Oh no, they hit our our dude and made him stronger. We are gonna do this, so now everybody has damage shields, so now they get propagated. Because, why not? That's more or less why we took Grow Room. Also because it propagates the fungi, but like that barely matters. What does matter is thinning out and refining my deck. That's what we need. Well, at least I have this. It doesn't really matter. We have the kill either way, but it's a little annoying that I largely don't draw what I care about. But it doesn't matter. We don't do all that much damage, but we have a good amount of damage shields, and we have an increasing amount of decay each turn. And there we go. It's not a very heavily increasing amount of decay, but it is some. We're not doing Pox, even though I technically kind of can do it if I'm stacking damage shields. And it does represent a fair bit of damage. It's just also a bad spell. Kind of cool art, though. Nonetheless, we're taking Bolch. We are not taking Hymnist. Don't think we're taking Benediction. It's not a bad spell. It's quite good, in fact. But it's not what I care about. Okay, so there's Merchant of Arms here. I think we're going here. The removals are definitely very handy for me. And if I can, like, get Pandemic better, that would be nice. If I can make Remove, Consume, and -2 on Deep Offering, that would be ideal. So... That's not a bad start. Yes. Okay. That does put us in dramatically better shape now. And I think we're going to take this just for the minus cost of it. And now we can thin out our deck a little bit. We definitely want rid of the cluster kernels. They're actively kind of bad for us. And I don't have near enough Deployment Ember to play out all these things. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of one of the Firebrands. They're better than the Battle Dancer, but they don't actually help us. Unfortunately, Kale's dudes get eaten before the Decay procs. And so they're basically always going to get the damage shield, which is not ideal for us, but it should be okay overall. Since we are going to be applying enough things that I just don't really care about. Alright, so let's do the Sanctuary now. So I can propagate your damage shields along with your troops. And honestly, let's just give you a bunch of sap. I'd take a tiny bit of pyro damage, who cares? And again, he did get the damage shield. It got taken out by the decay. And now he just dies here. And to all the decay. There is no purpose for Steward's Quarters there. So we'll just play that there for the time being. Sure. Yeah, you got damage shields from Kale as well, which does make that worse, but fine. such a weird noise for Grow Room. Anyways. Well, don't quite kill that guy. They get more damage shields from Kale, but they have a bunch of sap on them, so we should be fine. Yep. Okay, so, get Decayed and Saps. Get Decayed and Saps. Play that for free. Oh, look. We got more stuff. Legitimately, I should just be playing the Vengeful Shard to get rid of it, but, eh. And by that I mean, I don't need the extra decay and sap that I was generating there, but I wanted it. Yeah, the problem is I just draw into the Vengeful Shards like every time. I really wish they had Sinner Salve and or just more Ember. Or Lightstone Casing. Lightstone Casing would also be very good for us. Yes. Go forth, my beautiful, beautiful crew. I mean, none of this really matters. We're just waiting to win. Alright, and here's Kale with just a casual 42 sap and 211 decay. Unfortunately, I always draw into Vengeful Shards again. Because my deck is just not thick enough to be drawing other things. It'd be really helpful if I had more zero-cost things, or if I had, like, Spell Sanctum would be very good. Tome of Evergrowth is cute. Mitosis Cap, on the other hand, also a thing that I want. Yeah, I think we're Mitosis capping. And then we're gonna go with Capacity. Even though I do really want more Ember. So this would be my last chance to make Steward's Quarters deployable. But I would also like to go here looking for, like, dualism. I don't know. I think I lean towards the Merchant of Steel. You know what? Let's just do Merchant of Steel. There is a good chance that it ends up not being very good for me, though. Okay, so both of these are quite good for me. It just depends on what I want. Spore Singer 2 increased my damage output by a fair chunk, since it's an extra 6 damage per turn, essentially, anytime I'm applying Decay. Which is not bad. I think we're doing Everbloom 2 because that helps fuel the Enchantrel, and so I'm just going to be applying way more sap. And so I think we're doing that. Not helpful to my needs. I mean, the Stoic Plate Mail on the Fungi is fine, but underwhelming. Yeah, not what I wanted, unfortunately. Well, I'll do that at least, I guess, and I'll just give you that. It's fine if I didn't get dualism, it's just that it would dramatically increase our offensive power. Since I'm about to make more Moral Mistresses. And so it's not just doubling my damage output, but doing quite a bit more. Anyways, I don't really need the Steward's Quarters now. I don't need a lot of this stuff. I'm going to leave it for now, though, just because we don't know how much gold we're going to need at the next shop. I do get a lot of extra gold from the Trial and the Golden Idol. Having the minus Ember does hurt, but whatever. There's no way I'm not getting that reward. Oh, actually, I do want you on mid-floor. I mean, specifically, I want the Firebrand on mid-floor, but I need something on mid-floor. Because, I need something to block the Amalgams. Kind of. Yeah, I had considered this possibility, though, where I'd have the Firebrand and him... Oh, well. Also kind of forgot that I have enough capacity for another unit here. Don't think that matters to me, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this is the problem, though, is I don't actually do all that much damage to you, so I am going to take a fair bit of damage from the Amalgams. And I had considered putting down the Battle Dancer up top for this reason. I do think that's what I should have done. Yeah, you know what? I am actually going to do that. It annoys me to consider that I didn't do that. I know I should have just accepted my own bad choices, but this is the better play. Whether I drew the Firebrand on turn 1 or not, it doesn't really matter, because there's no Amalgam until turn 2, and my deck is so small that I have plenty of time to draw into what I need. The bigger problem is just, I don't actually do all that much damage yet. I will do a lot more damage soon, and if I had hit Dualism, I would do a lot more damage right now. But that's fine. We will be able to mitigate that in the future. Although I suppose technically I should have the Battle Dancer on mid-floor and the Firebrand up top, but whatever. We are going to greed for that, like a terrible person. Yeah, I don't have enough sap on you guys. Okay, you are fine. You're sort of fine. You're not taking nearly enough damage, but... Hey. Yeah, this is the problem. It's like, I really need more Ember. Really wish that I had Spell Sanctum to just minus cost every spell, but I didn't want to route to a Merchant of Arms for that, since I would still struggle to cast it. I mean, maybe it would have been worth doing. I don't know. I didn't do it, though. If I get Dante's Footstool, I'll be extra sad that I don't have it, but as is, we should be fine. And especially after this battle, I get dramatically stronger. Greetings from a random gas station. I still have 3-hour drive to go before my back and rest. Oof. Well, I hope it's not too terrible. And I hope you get some quality rest when you're able. Okay, well, no reason to take damage here. It does amuse me that I just naturally was killing Rax anyways before even doing any of this. Because I'm just sitting on a lot of damage shields and I just produce a little bit of decay constantly. Also, the fungi hit for like a decent amount of damage. Racking Pain is not bad for us. Unearthed Treasure is also fairly cute. I don't think we really need Unearthed Treasure. We'll take the Racking Pain, even though it's kind of overkill. We are going to go here. As much as I would like to do things with that, it doesn't matter. I mean, I would also like Dualism, but so will be it. Could have used this before. I'm still gonna buy it right now, I guess. That does not matter to me. I mean, Verdant Cycle doesn't really help me at the moment. I was really hoping for Lightstone Casing. I was not expecting Lightstone Casing, but boy, was I hoping for it. Okay. I guess we're gonna do that so I can minus cost it effectively. I guess we'll do this. Oh, actually, what I should have done was probably this. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. I mean, it doesn't matter. The problem is just I don't have enough Ember for everything that I want to do. That's the true issue at hand here. But this is pretty good for me. I don't actually need to be playing the Racking Pain. I will get rid of this just for the sake of it. I will get rid of this because it does nothing for me. Don't actually need this. Spotted Spore, it's kind of cute. Basically doesn't matter though. I will get rid of that. I will get rid of that. I will leave the Mitosis Cap. Yeah, I mean, that's about all I care about, I guess. Fine. Enjoy, and I'll take this, even though it mostly means I'm just gonna draw into the Vengeful Shards more often. Which is fine, who cares? Oh, wrong ordering, but I doubt it matters. Now the problem is I kind of want dude to set up on... to show up on bottom floor. Do I think I have enough damage to kill the amalgams now? You know what? Let's do this, I guess. And just sacrifice the Battle Dancer. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty decent. You're gonna die, who cares? That's fine. Thank you, Gold Poke. How you doing, my friend? We can do this now. And that. And that. And that. And that. And honestly, I should probably be playing... you know, just for good measure, we'll do that. I don't really care if I'm taking the Vengeful Shard damage. It will cut into my HP fairly quickly. But, whatever. Anyways, he's already got 28 sap from one turn. Because we're just that cool. Alright, whatever. 2 more damage, so be it. If only I'd hit Sinner Salve, or if I'd gotten other things I cared about. Lightstone Casing in particular would have been the dream. Yeah, I'll just take less damage. Oh, man, look at us go. I do appreciate that even with his rage bonus, it's nowhere near close to stopping us. Okay, we'll just play this vaguely safely. Yeah, I don't really just want to draw into those, so it's not. One of the enemies survives for once, so be it. Also, the Firebrand is not increasing in power at all, which is no surprise, even if it is disappointing. Okay, we'll just do 800 damage to you. We'll just make sure the Amalgam doesn't make it to a higher floor. And we'll just live a beauteous, bounteous life. Right. Well, we'll just go ahead and almost kill you. I maybe could have just killed you by dumping more decay on you this turn. I definitely could have if I'd done it between last turn and this turn, but hey. Yeah, you are real super dead, but we'll just go ahead and do 1,000 damage to you. Ta-da! And we now have another Moral Mistress. It's a shame I can't get even more of them. I really would have appreciated getting that Mitosis Cap earlier. And again, if I had gotten Dualism on the Moral Mistress, just the amount of extra damage we'd be doing is just not even close. Okay. Alright. So, let's do that so you don't hurt me. Let's do this. And then we can Sanctuary the whole team. I guess we'll just not play the Deep Offering. Anyways, the Firebrand is taking some damage, but is at least getting some Valor, I guess. Fucking Curse of Entropy, you bastard. I could give you Damage Shield and Propagate and all that, but I do kind of want to murder things over here. Because that is still fairly important to me. I'm going to do that just because it doesn't actually matter who I have it on. It doesn't help in any way, shape, or form. Well, I'm not actually killing these guys yet, but that's fine. Unfortunately, the Curse of Entropys do kind of fuck with me. Because they do slow me down quite a bit. Because my deck is so small that I run into them instantly. Overall, does not matter. We are going to be in very good shape. Also, I can discard the Curse of Entropy like that. Although then I should draw into the Vengeful Shard. Yeah, fine. We'll just take the Vengeful Shard damage so we can work on killing Entropy faster. Yeah, I mean, you're all more or less fucked. Because, like, you're basically dead, I'm just waiting on you, and even you are largely pretty far along. Yeah, you do increase the attack of your dudes, but it's not really gonna matter in any meaningful sort of sense. I guess you were gonna heal, which I don't love, but not actually. You know what? Fine. Still not enough to kill you, though. Whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. As long as you're not healing anyone I care about, doesn't matter. Also, technically, if I let you up to see Dominion, I would kill Dominion a little faster, thanks to you. Just because, you know, the more times when enemies are weak to the Pyroom, Dominion, it is combat as normal. So like the Pyre does attack Dominion, it attacks everyone in the room. Dominion fights back, but we have enough sap on Dominion that it wouldn't hurt us any. Regardless, does not matter. Here we are. I could Racking Pain you, but it doesn't actually help. I mean, none of this matters, but I do like doing it anyways. The Racking Pain would be cool if it didn't have a spell shield, but it does have 4 spell shields for whatever reason. Anyways, that was a Titan fight that existed. We took 12 damage, wasn't that bad. A good chunk of that was from like the 2 turns that Savagery was able to hurt me. Our mid-floor dudes just stayed alive long enough to block him for most of the battle. Ta-da! Well, that was a fun run, even if we didn't quite hit everything that we were hoping for, but that's fine. Who needs to hit everything? And we have Gilda Banished. I mean, Sword Maiden is pretty good. It's a lot better of a unit than she initially looks to a lot of people. Urzel's Horde is quite good, and is especially useful with like the Sword Maidens, because then we have a much easier time playing out the equipment that they draw. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we want Shadow Sheath. I guess we had Captain's Halo. It's not very impressive. It's okay early game, but yeah. What do we want to do with this? Kind of wanted Bloat Mother, the Pyre Gel one. In this world, do I care about Guild Mother? I kind of lean towards just taking Avarice, putting her bottom floor, and, you know, just dumping out the whelps to get a bunch of gold when we can. Like, it's fine. Also, we are up against Knockback Archeon, who can mess with the egg. That shouldn't really be too much of an issue, since we do also have Just Causes. So we can always move Gilda back up front to block for the egg if we want to go Guild Mother. But I'm just going to go Lady Avarice. Neither of these, like, particularly combo with anything else in our deck, so it is what it is. I guess we put that on you, since you do get the Valor, so you're naturally better at standing up front. Okay, well, I do really want the Collector, so that's what we're doing, and then we're gonna do that and just gain some gold. Because who am I to live in a world without copious levels of gold? I guess I'm doing this to get the kill. I kind of want to put the Lava Armor here to give her more Valor. If we weren't affected by the -1 Ember per turn, that would certainly help. Good morning. What is that relic you have? Never seen it, I believe. It's Captain's Halo. Start of the turn. Front friendly unit each floor gains Valor 2. Do I actually want to explode that dude? I think I do. I think it's about as much gold, and it gets rid of the healer. I think that's fine overall. Okay, unsurprisingly, we are good. I probably didn't even need to play the Vengeful Shard last turn. As I thought about playing the lava armor here. It's all well and fine. Again, we already had the victory, so it didn't really matter. We did get a chunk of gold. Not nearly as much as yesterday when we had that Remnant run where we got out of Ring 1 with like 500 gold. But we still got a chunk of extra gold. Not bad. Again, if we had Harvest Gilda, I would kind of want to take the Snotty Whelp to make it endless. Because that's kind of fun. But we don't. Snotty Whelp is still pretty decent, though. I lean towards taking, like, Pyreball or maybe Flicker. I don't really have a good use case for either of them right now, though. But Pyreball is not bad. It's not incredible, either. I think I'm still willing to take that. I will take Windblade just for more Sword Maiden synergies. I think we're going here for any number of reasons. Okay, Dualism is good. Okay, what do I want to do? I could take Smidgestone Dualism. Pretty happy to do that in general. I might be willing to just put that on Sword Maiden and then put that on the same floor as Gilda. I could also put it on the same floor as like one of these two. Technically, I could also just like take the Dualism on the Magma Cultist. Pretty confident I don't want to do that though. Dualism Cultist and Trainwreck into Sap. Yeah, you know, that may or may not have happened. But again, in general, like, Pyreborn has more difficulties with Sap than a lot of other clans do. They just don't have a lot of inbuilt ways to gain strength. Because a lot of their stuff is, like, you know, like, built on Pyrogel. And Pyrogel doesn't help you overcome Sap at all. There's definitely ways to mitigate that, especially if you're picking clan combo or if you're picking the Pyre, but if you're just doing random, it does leave them more vulnerable. Also, you know, realistically, I should just not take every trial ever like I have been doing. We all know. I kind of want to take the Hothead. He's a good unit. Don't really have a good purpose for him at the moment, though. But I think I'm pretty happy to take him, especially in a world where we have Captain's Halo, and he can just sit on a higher floor, just, like, building up some Valor. And I think we're doing this. I would also love Multi-Strike, but Smidgestone Dualism is not bad. I kind of want to give Avarice to the Hothead, but we're not going to. Hothead sitting alongside Gilda can also be quite good for that reason. But we're just not going to worry about it. Okay, I do want him up front so he gets the Valor, and I can always just cause somebody else to the front later on if we care. Unfortunately, you do block damage with the Titan skin, which I didn't really account for. Oh, and you do have haste. Well, never mind. Forgot that they have haste, because I always forget that they have haste. Turns out I should, like, take a moment to pay more attention. But where's the fun in that? Hey, we're just retooling that so he's top floor so that we don't have to worry about the haste. Anyways, we are going to just bulk you up rather than doing the bloated whelp. Because unfortunately, in a world where you have Titan Skin, it makes it so we don't actually get gold from doing that, which is unfortunate. I guess we'll do it this way so we get some kills. And so then they have an easier time next turn. Yeah, I'll just do this so she gets even more Valor. This turns out, Sword Maiden is a pretty good unit. But I did still want the Lava Armor here. I suppose I could have just played you out and not exploded you to have you help with the... because you would have still gotten Avarice procs that way. Whatever. Should have done that a long time ago. For some reason, it didn't occur to me. It's fine. We're still getting a good chunk of gold. And we are pretty cleanly winning. I will greed for the alchemy. God, I don't want so many calcified embers. I will take another Windblade, though. What I want is dupes. Alright, we're gonna go here for reasons. Steward's Quarters is one of those reasons. Exile's Diadem is also interesting. Not greeting for max gold. I don't know you anymore. Well, Unnamed Tome is kind of just good. Turns out there was a reason it got nerfed. So we are taking this, I think. And I think we are taking this. It's kind of open for weapons cache, honestly. We're gonna do this. And then do I want Inferno Room or Sacrificial Chamber? Kind of. But I think that it doesn't really work out for me. I mean, I can't take Inferno Chamber. That's not... Or Inferno Room. That's not really my concern. Okay. Yeah. Well, I do have concerns, but here we are. Really want to be able to dupe is the main thing. That's not the one I was hoping to draw, but fine. Okay. I really wanted Exile's Diadem. That's what I wanted. Anyways, we're gonna do that just so we can get gold on demand. Which is to say, every time it's off cooldown, we just want to use that. Well, I do think I want this. Even though I'd also like to get rid of that. The Horde doesn't really mean anything to me, though, because that's my only source of Horde. Which does make it kind of greedy to have. Also, probably should have held the Hothead for last turn. So you can kill these backliners, because I didn't really need it on turn 1. Anyways, we're going to mute you so that you don't strike me. I suspect that doesn't really matter. We are going to do this so I can kill the backliners, because that's helpful. Okay. And our Sword Maiden just has some big, healthy stacks now. Yeah, we're gonna take some pyro damage here and there, but who cares? I was really hoping to get Exile's Diadem by now, so I could start putting Bloated Whelps on this floor and then start gaining some gold that way. That was the goal. But alas, here we are. I just didn't want to get my dude sapped down here, so I didn't play any spells down there. It doesn't matter, like, we've got the kill. Like, that's not an issue. Bit sad champion doesn't get Avarice from her own enchantment. Yeah, it is lame, but it is what it is. And here we go, getting a little bit of extra delicious cash. Okay, my deck is somewhat of a mess. Ironics and Skill just should be the greediest. Yeah. Tome of the Last Path is real good. Don't think it's what we need here, though. Pyroclasm is fine. Smelted Treasure, I kind of want, but mostly don't care about. It does sort of matter turn 1, though. And by turn 1, I mean specifically in the Titan fight. Because I'm going to need... Although, actually, how much HP does Gil to have at rank 3? It's like 100. 90. That's fine. I don't really need that. No, that's not true. Because I need the Sword Maiden to end up in front. I really don't want to take Smelted Treasure. And there are other ways to solve my problems. I'll take it just in case I don't see them. Kind of want to take the Guildmonger, but we're going to skip. I honestly just probably shouldn't have taken the Alchemy, but... Okay. So we're going to take Hellslave. We're going to see how well this pays out. Still really want to dupe things. I can dupe 3 times. But not nearly as soon as I would like. Okay. Okay, so this did make some of my plans a bit obsolete, but that's okay. I am gonna go here. It's kind of cute. Maybe gonna do. Probably gonna take Martyr Signet. Not gonna take Guildmother. We'll just do this. So it gives Gilda scaling, although it doesn't increase the Avarice amount at all. So let's do this first. I could do Bone Dog's Pendant for once. God, the amount that I care about Bone Dog is so low. But it's cute. It's just that, like, Bone Dog's Pendant is already good enough for me. Because at the next one, I forget exactly how much HP my Pyre gets. I think it's like another 20. So we're going to have 100-ish HP. So Bone Dog's pendant already represents about 25, 30 HP, thereabouts. And increasing your max Pyre HP with Bone Dog does mean that you're healing more when you're healing, but I don't tend to take all that much damage, and so healing more doesn't really matter that much to me, especially for having one more, like, sort of dead card in my deck, and one that I have to, like, protect. Mind you, it won't be that hard for me to protect it, for the most part. I'm gonna take it, I guess. It's so rare that I actually take Bone Dog that... Fine, we'll take Bone Dog. Now, I'm gonna take this, and I think the problem is it really worth 160? Probably. Maybe. I think it probably is. Greedy champion needs dog for greed. Fair enough. I would love to re-roll, but I don't have enough to pay for whatever I'd re-roll into. Fine, whatever. Take the gloves. I don't know that it's mostly going to be that good for me. Also, the Mind's Ember is fine. I just got extra Ember, so whatever. Not the one I was hoping for. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it like that. I do want to save slots on you for some of the other equipment, so we'll do it like this. Yes, give me that sweet, beautiful diadem. God, she's so small! I'm just not strong enough. I'm guessing you've seen it by now, but there's another short. You mean from Will White? No, I have not seen it yet, if there is one. You know what? I probably should be using Steward's Quarters elsewhere. I mean, it is what it let me play out Hothead, so it's not like it did nothing for me. You know what? I actually will do it like this. The rest of his books in one sentence. I should look at that. The first one was pretty fun. Yeah, this isn't great. I'd really like to get, yeah, more of my equipment. Fortunately, I also have the alchemy this turn, which is whatever. Oh, I overwrote Everlasting Light. That was a mistake. I had forgotten at the time that I did it that I specifically very much did not want you to be the one with Everlasting Light. Oh well, fine. At least I'm not getting Scourge cards. At least I killed most of the dudes. I do take some damage. Oh well. Well, let's explode you. Let's explode you. Let's do that. I could have gotten rid of the Calcified Ember, though. Maybe I do want to get rid of the Calcified Ember. Yeah, I get a little less gold this way, but let's get rid of the Calcified Ember. Just because it does annoy me. I do lose 21 gold doing it this way, but fine. Anyways, I took a chunk of damage on this fight. Oh, and I forgot that I wanted to move Bone Dog to the front. Oh well. Yeah, I'll take a Mind Cage, I guess, maybe. Take a Benediction. I am getting Callous with Greed, but hey. We are going here, for sure. I don't know what I'm getting rid of. Probably Spear Stewards. Like, they're vaguely helpful for me right now, but they're not very helpful. Alright, we finally have Sword Maiden number 2, which helps us quite a bit. Also, I didn't get to play out the Alchemy, which is sad. Because having 2 Horde is very similar to having 0 Horde. I think we're gonna set up on mid-floor. Come on, give me Exile's Diadem. Nope. Alright, I guess I'll leave that. Yeah, the challenge doesn't really matter. Technically do a little bit more damage to you, but in a very meaningless way. Okay. I don't really love the backliner surviving, but I just don't do quite enough damage yet. I should maybe have prioritized doing different things. Not having the hothead definitely hurts me. Yeah, I can afford to take some damage. Who gives a shit? Oh, it actually is quite a bit of damage because I just realized that he's going into slightly higher HP than my Pyre does. But that's fine. Ish. Anyways, we're dramatically stronger now. And you have Titan skin, so it doesn't matter if I use these guys or not. Well, in that news, let's just give you some Valor, I guess. Okay, really would love to be getting Exile's Diadem turn 1. Yeah, sadly not getting the Alchemy played out here, but that's fine. Who cares that you get Harvest? I certainly don't. Oh no! In what world would someone so carelessly, rudely mute you so you don't get to do any of your benefits? Actually, you know what? I'll let him get his extra reanimate. And we'll just do that and give you some extra valor. Free money? That is, in fact, the reasoning. I thought about it earlier in the fight, and then I just spaced out as we actually got here, but yeah. There's no reason not to do it. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, we did take a fair chunk of damage in this fight, but that's alright. Slowly whittle down his reanimate. Getting an extra 7 gold per strike. Right, and this time Bone Dog was in front, which means he does get the extra HP from the Martyr Signet, which for some reason I always want to call Martyr's Diadem. It's not. Wealthy Whelp is cute. We're not going to take it. Fang Flame is a no. Soul Smelter is sort of interesting, but just too expensive for us. Liquid Courage is okay. Penitent's Death Suit, I would kind of care if Artificer wasn't ally specific, but it is. Well, we're gonna skip that, and we are gonna loot this, I think, or maybe, you know what? I think I save it to 6. We're definitely going here. So little of my deck matters. It's basically just playing out the equipment. That's what we care about. Okay, so let's start thinning out problems. Could do that. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? Fine. And we're just gonna -2 you. Do I care about Holy Stone? Not particularly, but I've got the gold, so I don't know, fuck it. Also, double stack on Benediction would have been good. Probably better than doing the spell chain. Doesn't matter, it's fine. My level of caring is fairly low in this manner. And yes, I am making Gilda weaker. No, I don't care. Okay. Double stack on mute for Savagery. That's a fair point. I, for some reason, didn't think about it, even though that is a thing I very commonly do. Either way, it's fine. Those are not the ones I'd hoped for. Well, sorry, Hothead. I am gonna still leave capacity open for the Hothead, I guess. Okay, so now we can kill them all. And I guess we leave the unnamed tome for later. Yeah, I'm not incredibly worried with how much, like, corruption she's getting. It's not great, but as long as she just has a ton of valor, like, it's largely meaningless. Yeah, we'll do that. And then just get rid of that. The front one loses the damage shield immediately, but like, meh. Okay, so there's the Exile's Diadem, which means we can then fit you, which means we can also do that. And then we may as well do that off cooldown and just gain some sweet, sweet gold. Unfortunately, the Mind Cage already got used at the beginning. And so we, you know, don't have it available for him still. I may as well do this just for the healing. Bone Dog knee shields. I did forget that he is alone on his floor. Yeah, I did mean to save him. Well, we'll see what we can do in that regard. Well, not what I meant to do, but I might end up using the Smelted Treasure for him. Yeah, alright. I did mean to give him a damage shield. Oh well, fine. I'll blow some golds. It was a mistake, but it's fine. I'm already at max. I should have cashed out the alchemy, probably. After I had removed Consumed It, and after I'd removed so many cards from my deck, but it's fine. It was a little bit of a waste, but that's okay. Don't really need the Cursed Dragon Staff here. I'm gonna skip those. Even though overall I just kind of want a lot of equipment. Now, I have 10 Deployment Ember. I think I want Heaven's Light now. Yeah, that's fine. How you doing, Tiny? Maybe take Shale here. I kind of want Hidden Coffers. Yeah, more capacity for Swordmates. I mean, that is what we're doing. It was just a matter of whether I wanted to take more Ember and, like, drop the Hothead or whatever. Kill him with swords. The problem is I can't dupe Sword Maiden as much as I would like. I can only dupe one more time, but whatever, it's fine. Do I want Hidden Coffers here? The chance that it matters is extraordinarily low. I guess we'll just take Shale Shell. Yeah, Attuned Manacles did get changed, by the way, for those who hadn't seen. It is now, instead of every time you summon a Whelp, reduce the cooldown of friendly units on this floor by 1, it is now first time each turn you summon a Whelp, reduce cooldown of friendly units on all floors by 2. It was specifically meant to break the very easy dumb infinite that was created with Rector once Dark Calling was turned into an ability. But also it just took it from being sort of a bad artifact to being much more universally useful. Anyways, that said, I just got rid of all my whelps, so it doesn't matter anymore. Odie's Totem, not very useful for my needs, kind of. And Wing Clippings is bad. if I want to go here. I kind of do. Then we're going to go to Merchant of Magic next. OG Stone feels so bad for me every time I use it. It's okay. I don't like it. I know some people are a fan of it. I think it's pretty hit or miss depending on the run. It's not quite as bad as it initially looks because, while it does give -3 deployment ember, the fact that it gives 1 extra ember per turn does actually factor into deployment. So it's effectively -2 deployment ember for +1 ember every other turn. But at least the way that I play, I've built so much of my strategy around my deployment ember that it's pretty rough to lose some of it. Mind you, with Urzel's Horde, I almost certainly could have taken it and I would have been okay. Didn't want to mess with it, nonetheless. Is wing clippings bad? Yes, Tom. Yes, it is. More specifically, again, it's sort of a playstyle thing. The way that I play, typically, I want my consume cards to consume. And if I don't want them to consume, I want them to roll. I want them to reliably not consume. Also, wing clippings with any like edge triggers, like with Under Legion, doesn't trigger edge unless the card actually gets consumed. If it did work with edge triggers, I would take it at least sometimes, but the fact that it doesn't generally is not what I want. I don't know. It's often not great. Also, a lot of people like to do the -2 and consume upgrade and the +20 magic power and consume upgrade as ways to effectively just remove some of their starters from the deck. As in, you play them once on the first deck cycle, and then they're gone, and wing clippings messes with that. Oh, I just meant in this deck, wasn't sure what consume you have. I have basically no consume. The one consume that I had, well, I guess I have Unnamed Tome, but the one consume that I had was Alchemy, and I changed that. It would have been okay for Unnamed Tome. I'm not particularly worried about it, especially since I'm gaining extra HP off of Bone Dog. Anyways, here we are. We're going here, I guess. Yeah. Bloat Matron is kind of cute, but we're just going to go Avarice 3. Do I care about Swift Steel Dagger? Not a ton. I mean, I mostly just kind of want a ton of extra equipment regardless. I think we're going to make this deployable, though I haven't actually mapped out how much space I need now. So I have 7 total because I took capacity. So Gilda is 3, but could be 1. 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, and then we'll make it 7 with 1 more. So I think that is what we want to do. Yeah. That's fine. So we're going to make this deployable. I do need to count how many deployable cards I have, though. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll have 8 once I dupe the Sword Maiden. So we should be fine. We have the 2 stewards as well. But nonetheless, we should be okay. I just need to make sure that I'm not going over capacity, basically. Fuck it. We'll buy that. Well, that's a little awkward for us. We're just not gonna worry about it. Just double check. So, I have Gilda, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I miscounted somewhere. Either way, I think we're fine. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing key cards in deployment. The reanimate is kind of bad for me, but we should be in better shape now that I can give the... Well, it's fine. We should be in okay shape, I guess. If you Stasis Crystal on the Bone Dog, we don't activate it, do you still get the dog HP bonus to the pirate end of the battle? Yes, you should. Unless that is bugged at the moment, that should work just fine. Yeah, so we do run out of deployment Ember, which I'm not surprised by. Also, I could have you here. But I kind of want you on top floor still so you can get your own extra HP at the end. Yeah, I really wanted Mind Cage. But that's sort of okay. Don't love the sweep dudes doing their thing. Not killing you, which is concerning. Well, so be it. I might take some pyre damage from you. I mean, like, this is just difficult because I gave them the reanimate. Also, I really wanted this. God, that barely lets you survive, which is a great concern. Probably should have used Smelted Treasure. I mean, now that I have Mind Cage, we can kill all the sweepers every turn, which is huge for us, but pretty late for that. I mean, if I take some pyre damage, don't really care all that much. Not a huge deal. Fine, we'll melee weakness you, I guess. Still gonna take a lot of damage on the pyre, but that's okay. Ta-da! Good old Bone Dog. And we'll heal a little bit, I guess, and then do this and that. I am flush with cash, at least. Yep, unsurprisingly, we get the kill, we do that, and I don't actually need to play anything there, so I won't. Ta-da! Look at me go. I only got up to 4 Horde, which doesn't surprise me. Would have been nice to go higher. Make It Rain is honestly pretty okay for us. I'll take it, though. There's a good chance it basically never matters. Shielded Wing is also good. Kind of. I'll take it anyways. And then I'll loot this just because... Why not? The Conduit doesn't matter to me. The dragons get extra attack is sort of nice. And we're going here. Also, for some reason, I kept thinking we're up against Savagery, not Entropy, but meh. Sure. We'll gain Radiant Arms. Why not? Yeah. Fine. Lightstone Casing only sort of matters. Sure, let's do Lightstone Casing, because what else am I going to spend my money on? I mean, again, whatever I don't spend money on goes towards powering up Guild, I suppose, but... Sure. We'll double stack that. We'll remove Consume It. We'll -1 cost that. I guess we'll get rid of you. Just double check. I did re-roll the shop, right? Pretty confident I did. Yeah. Oh. And let's get another Sword Maiden, which I think I forgot to be duping the front one, or maybe just haven't done that in a while. Either way, we're duping you. I don't really need most of the cards that I have. And just for good measure, we're going to get rid of the Shield Steward in case I'm miscounted. Also, I likely won't have the Ember to play it on turn 1 anyways, or in deployment. I guess let's set up not on bottom floor, because it doesn't really matter now. Okay, we want all of them down before we give you the Exile's Diadem. Oh, and again, I kind of want to do up front. You're kind of weak at the moment just because I spent all of my gold, but you will be stronger overall. And weirdly, we do actually have enough attack here. Or enough Ember for all this. Should have done that slightly differently, but that's fine. I guess there's no real reason not to put the Bone Dog here this time. You won't get the extra Ember. Not the extra Ember, the extra HP later, but fine. Okay, well, I guess you can have that, and you can have that, and you can top up on that. There we go. Okay, well, mute you guys. Which is nice, because now I don't have to deal with all of your garbage. And it means that he stops being an asshole. I had hoped to get one of my damage spells to kill the silencers before they could harass me, but it ended up working out decently. Also, I don't actually play that many spells. I would do this, except that I kind of actually want the enemies to attack into me. Because then I get to attack back and get all the avarice. Not that the gold matters a ton here. It does technically matter for Gilda. I guess we'll do that. I'll do that now. Although it does kill all the guys. Also spends a fair bit of gold, but who cares? Yes, go, my army of sword maidens. I mean, they're pretty strong. They're not, you know, the strongest thing I've ever seen in my life, but they're pretty good. And by the end of this battle, Gilda will be a force to be reckoned with again. Also, I'm just permanently at max health because of my holy stones and all that. There we go. That's fine. Not that it really matters for that guy to escape, but it just feels correct not to let enemies escape. Even if they're the enemy that doesn't do anything. Okay. And we even got up to 6 horde, which sort of matters, I guess. Yes. Alright, well, we're back up past 1,000 gold already. We got a little bit more for this turn as we just gonna chunk him down. Ta-da! Yeah, we got an extra like 400 gold from that ish. May as well loot this. Yeah, no real downside to taking Flaming Talons. I don't want Odie's Totem. It can do okay work for me, but like, I'm already right on the edge of my deployment number. And as is, I probably don't get to play out everything I want. But that's fine. Okay. So, which one of you has the highest HP? Yeah, once again, I keep forgetting to check their HP before I play them, so I could have had one of these with 44 HP instead of 38. It's not that big a deal. I just need them to survive the first turn, basically. I think I am going to set up top floor. I will maybe have to deal with some things. It's not that big a deal, though. Also, I should be putting Gilda closer to the front, I think, and I keep forgetting. But that's okay. Yeah, anyways, whatever, here we are. May as well put Bone Dog down, because why not? I don't really need Smelted Treasure. Yeah, unfortunately, the Curse of Entry is going to weaken the Hothead into uselessness. It doesn't really matter, but still not exactly what I want. And I am going to use Shield of Wing this time. Because, why not? Yeah, and by not being on bottom floor, I do have to contend with the Scourge cards, which is a bit sad. But it's fine. I did kind of want a Pyreball there, but I also really wanted to shoot you with a Pyrelight, so here we are. Yeah, got this way later than I wanted. It's certainly helpful now, but it would have been a lot more helpful earlier. And they'll all die just striking into the Shield of Wing. Or at least all the low health enemies will. Yeah, I really wanted Everlasting Light much earlier. I will give that to you even though you're very low on attack power. But, again, this is mostly a formality. Like, we've won this battle already. Right now, it's really just a victory lap of how cool do our units look when we get the kill. Well, don't really need to do that, but fair enough. Alright, well, Dominion is essentially down, Entropy is almost there, Savagery, we just need to wait till he comes to our floor one more time. We can even do a fair chunk of damage with Make It Rain, since they've been getting Pyre Gel on them. Not that, you know, they could have been getting more Pyre Gel if we left the Lava Armor on, but with Flaming Talons, he's just constantly getting Pyre Gel. Turns out, Flaming Talons is pretty good. I mean, none of this matters. And I did forget to use the Hothead's ability. Doesn't matter. We still end with, you know, almost 2,300 gold. And we did pretty well. The only battle where we, like, struggled to kill things was Ring 7. And only because we took the Reanimate challenge. And even that, we came out after only taking, like, 20 damage. Turns out, was pretty good. Yeah, I spent a lot of gold during that run, and I still got back up to 2,300. And Sword Maiden, it's pretty cool. Would have been nice if I remembered to check which one had the highest HP to keep scaling that HP. But that barely mattered, especially since I also had ended up getting Radiant Arms, so I also had damage shields on them. Not to mention the damage shields that I could generate from Benediction as well. But as long as they survived turn 1, they were going to have enough Valor that didn't matter at all. We were never in danger. So long as I was always killing off the like sweep units, and even then we were pretty safe. Anyways, Awoken Hellhorned. We unfortunately do start with Queen's Implings, which are a lot worse than Torches. They're like an okay, sort of interesting unit, but Torches are very versatile, and the Implings are not. They also get in the way of, like, Cultivate procs, and just generally don't work particularly well with Sentient. Pyre of Savagery is pretty good with Awoken, kind of. At least if we just want to go the traditional, you know, get a sweep unit and just sweep through everything strategy, which I don't really want to do, but it is good. And there's Shadow Sheath. This looks fairly similar to something from last night. I nonetheless think I probably just want to do Lightstone Casing. I was really hoping that Explosive was going to be here. Because that would have been nice. Especially with Lightstone Casing, I could have done, like, Holdover Spell Chain, like, -1 on the Glimmer, or, like, +10. And I could have been killing some enemies that way, and just doing a whole lot of things. I don't know. It would have been fun. But here we are. I mean, like, Bristling Sentient is fine. It's decent into most things that are going to be a challenge later. It does help with the Invasion Trials. It is okay into Entropy. Don't know that I care about Cultivating. I mean, like, Cultivating's fine for us at the moment. Fuck it. Let's take Cultivating, see what we end up doing. Sentient is definitely not my favorite champion. She's fine, like, strength-wise, but she's just also kind of boring. So I think we're going to do this so we can just have a lot of time to build up armor. And also so we can, like, play imps on lower floors or something. You know what? Let's do that. Unfortunately, they are going to heal back most of the damage that we're doing, but oh well. Also, I do need to keep in mind that I do have Pyre of Savagery, so whoever gets the kills is going to be getting permanent scaling. I don't think that's going to matter whole time, though. Like, I'm not planning to make Steelworker into, like, my main primary unit, and most of the things here, not very impressive. Also, I do very little damage. Especially because I just haven't been getting much use out of the Cultivate yet. God, you and your dumb Titan skin preventing you from dying. You know what? Let's do this. So now I do for sure get to kill you and get one extra slay on something. Alright, Sentient goes down, but that's fine. So does the boss. Okay. Restoration Detonation is fine. Not great, especially in a world where we're setting up armor. The Sharpen's okay. And the Sting is underwhelming unless we end up hitting, like, Vine Mother. I don't love it, but I think we're going to take the Sharpen at the moment. We might pitch it later, but for the moment, it's okay. As for these, Fledgling Imp is quite good, but we might end up wanting to... It doesn't play well with the Hidden Passage, which obviously we don't have to use the Hidden Passage, but nonetheless, I don't think I really want that. I think I'm just going to take Ritual Battle. Especially, like, Ritual Battle is definitely better with Lightstone Casing. Problem is I can't scale multiple units, and scaling multiple units is a lot more helpful in Monster Train 2 than Monster Train 1. Partly because there's a lot more ways to do it, of course, but still. Oh, my arm is weird. I think we might just want to go here. We do have another Merchant of Magic coming up. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent to look for something here. Multi-strike dualism is not unwelcome. Okay. Well. I could just take Thorned Hollow and go dualism, and then he gets 4 spikes per heal, which is pretty cute. I think we're doing the Animus of Will. Maybe. The problem is that currently most of my scaling is from the Cultivate. And I would like to get the Steelworker on the same floor as the Animus of Will, but very quickly the Steelworker is going to start taking some of the Cultivate procs, because that's unhelpful, but how it works. Nonetheless, this is still my best option right now. Obviously, I could just not put them on the same floor, but then, you know, I have a lot weaker defense, and I think that's overall the right thing to do. At least for now, that's fine. Also, we do have the Ritual Battle, so we can still scale the Animus of Will with that, kind of. I do recognize that I just took the -1 Ember, which mitigates that. Also, I do have Higher of Savagery, which also means that if the Animus is getting kills, then, you know, she can also scale up that way. Okay, well, I definitely want that. I want you on the same floor, I guess. I did kind of want to leave enemies alive so that they could hit in Dissension. Especially in a world where I can't use the Ritual Battle. Oof, that is bad for us. God, it's going to take off half our health. Well, so be it. Yeah, I think we just want to do that. I don't totally want to give the kills to Sentient, but it is what it is. I don't really want to take more damage than I've already taken. Oh, you are just going to kill me at this rate. I do think that I just die like this. I think I need to set up on a lower floor. I don't think being on a higher floor is really helping me any. I still kind of want the Steelworker on the same floor, but maybe it's fine to just do this and then, like, set up you and you. And maybe that's alright. Because, like, I really do need the Animus to start scaling. As of wildly great importance in my life. Especially since I don't have the ability to play the Ritual Battle. Like, yeah, it sucks that I'm not getting slays with the Animus, but that is not the biggest problem right now. The biggest problem right now is actually surviving. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I do still take a little bit of fire damage here, but we kill a backliner, we do some decent damage here. Unfortunately, the Animus just ruins itself against the spikes, but that's part of why we have the constant increasing armor from the Steelworker. Okay. Yep. Unsurprisingly, we have enough now. We're not off to a great start, but fine. We have some useful pieces. We just lack the wherewithal to actually put them together. I will skip those, even though the Sting maybe would be okay. Fortified Pauldrons is cute. I guess I'll take it. I do really want to minus cost the Ritual Battle. On the other hand, going here, I could also get good stuff, I guess. I think I still want to go here. Yeah, I mean, holdover and -1 is like as good as it's gonna get for me at the moment. Animus of Speed is kind of cute, but I don't think we're gonna take that. Interesting. I could pack in like multiple hidden passages if we wanted to turn one sort of thing. I don't think I care though. And I definitely don't want large mystery box. I do think we're just going to get rid of... I think we're just going to get rid of some Implings by doing this. It's not my favorite use for the box by any means, but it certainly helps us at this exact moment. Okay. Not my favorite, but we want to be able to hidden passage you up here, and we definitely want to be building up your strength. So, there we go. Unfortunately, you're going to be fairly terrifying, and there's not a lot I can do about that. I can, like, give you a little bit of regen, I guess. And at least you'll be sort of dragged to top floor occasionally. And we'll miss out on watching me murder your friends in the meantime. And occasionally I can hidden passage you away so you don't have to witness their deaths, I guess. But mostly you're just going to cause me grief. That said, the Animus is now actually a meaningful threat. Like, turns out, does a lot of fucking work for us. Unfortunately, he is very scary. But I think that's okay. Okay. You have a decent chunk of armor. You have a lot of armor. We're going to get rid of that, even though I take one more damage from that. And then the Animus just kind of fucks him up. Yeah, That's why it was such a problem that we couldn't play the Ritual Battle last time. Like, yes, we didn't have it on holdover yet, but certainly a lot better now. Awoken's Rail Spike is good. Spike the Hellhorn is a lot better at 4 and 4. Might take the Awoken's Rail Spike. Also, now that she's getting kills and is starting to get the permanent slays from the Pyro Savagery, also pretty helpful. Yeah, I guess we'll take this. I don't know exactly how we're going to put it to use, but that's fine. We will skip on those, and we'll just take the Ember for now. Okay, we're going to go here for a multitude of reasons. Number one being we want to hopefully get something good for the Animus. Preferably, we want to get more multi-strike. Sure, done. And I really wish that I could increase the Steelworkers' HP further. Like, I kind of wanted to leave the slot open for a large stone, but didn't know if we were going to see it or if we were going to have enough gold for it. And just getting the HP before so that the cultivates were going to be hitting the Animus longer was definitely worthwhile.